In November 1972, Nolan Bushnell invented video games with his seminal smash hit TV game, Pong. In the decades that followed, video games would explode into a multi-million-dollar industry. Year after year, video gaming companies would rush to meet consumer demands. And while many game developers would simply copy stale, recycled formulas, for 30 years, innovation and experimentation would rule the day. From the mid-1970s into the new millennium, countless new genres of games were being invented, many to be almost instantly discarded into the rubbish bins of gaming history. Until one fateful day in 2001, a plucky little group of rock stars from Edinburgh, UK, ruined video games forever. Grand Theft Auto 3 was a triumph, a tour de force, a cinematic gaming experience that defied convention and revolutionized the industry. Sega's very own arcade smash hit Crazy Taxi, which had held its own as a standalone release only one short year prior, now saw its frantic, fair-based gameplay reduced to but a single minigame in a vast open playfield where players could seemingly go anywhere and do anything. The open-world genre was born. But at what cost? In the 20 years since GTA 3's release, innovation in the gaming industry has come to a screeching halt. Every AAA game released since has been but a pale imitation of DMA Design's original open-world formula. Even Rockstar Games themselves, with their subsequent entries in the series, have seen fit to improve on little more than the photorealism of their graphics, while stripping away most, if not all, of the fun features that made their series stand out in the first place. Replacing flamethrowers and Apache helicopters with third-rate dating sims and tennis. By the late 20-teens, the video game industry was in the toilet. It was time for some new blood. Enter New Blood Interactive, headed by David Szymanski with his cult hit video game, Dusk. Looking like something that might have been released sometime between Duke Nukem 3D and Half-Life, it was clear Szymanski and his team understood what so many large developers did not. That when you've hit a dead end, the only way forward is back. The release of Dusk set off a veritable tidal wave of new games in the genre affectionately known as boomer shooters. Games which mimic the gameplay and graphics of 90s first-person shooters, often with new innovations in gameplay, taking full advantage of 20 years of advancement in consumer technology. Even Duke Nukem's very own build engine has seen a slew of new games with improved graphics and large-scale levels impossible on 90s hardware. At last, this brings us to Cruelty Squad, the latest sleeper hit in the boomer shooter revival. From newcomer Consumer Soft Products, Cruelty Squad is not a wholly original game. Its tactical elements invite comparison to Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, while its sardonic assassination simulator gameplay bears a striking resemblance to the early entries in the Hitman series of video computer games. While the gameplay alone is not to be undersold, what really makes Cruelty Squad stand out from the pack are its bold aesthetics and biting political and social commentary. The world of Cruelty Squad is a garish, abrasive, postmodern cyberpunk hellscape. Like Stanley Kubrick's A Clockwork Orange or David Lynch's seminal film Eraserhead, Cruelty Squad paints a picture of a world seemingly designed by social engineers to break the human spirit. Those with eyes that see and hearts that feel will no doubt draw comparisons to our own current reality. The second level of the game sees you assassinating a group of tech millionaires who have been selling company secrets to the competition and embezzling money to collect Chunko Pops, an obvious parody of the popular bric-a-brac brand Funko Pop. The third level has you outgunning for an Elon Musk-type CEO of a private space exploration firm who, in his quest to reduce casualties on their planned mission to Mercury, has failed to realize that the primary objective of the mission is, quote, mass-scale human sacrifice, and a reduction in casualties is the last thing your benefactors want. The concept of mass-scale human sacrifice feels particularly relevant in our current global crisis. Cruelty Squad fills a void for a particular brand of biting satire, which has been sorely lacking these past few years. Since the George W. Bush regime came to its conclusion in 2009, it seems all mainstream satirists have lost their teeth. Few brave souls have tried to step up and fill that void.
These big corporations and everything, they're getting themselves pretty nice and cozy, so I figured why not
kill politicians?
Only to be quickly struck down in the current climate of cancel culture. Of course, biting political and social commentary alone do not a great game make. And so the question remains, is Cruelty Squad a great game? The answer is quite. Cruelty Squad's robust retro-style tactical FPS gameplay caters to a wide variety of gameplay styles. Whether your preferred playstyle is slow and methodical, or fast-paced run-and-gun action, Cruelty Squad has something for everyone. Featuring an engrossing cyberpunk story with myriad references to classic video games and films, a vast arsenal of unlockable weapons and upgrades, hidden items, and secret levels, Cruelty Squad is almost infinitely replayable. Its unique controls and gameplay mechanics, while perhaps confusing to first-time players, are easy to learn and offer some of the most compelling gameplay we've seen in decades. In its current state, Cruelty Squad is more than worth its $20 price tag. However, Cruelty Squad is far from a finished product. Still in early access, the developers at Consumer Soft Products are working round the clock, polishing this gem of a game and adding new and exciting content, like the recent fishing update. The new fishing pole item allows you to catch more than 67 different species of fish. Alternatively, you can use the pole to fish weapons out of the hands of your enemies, decisively turning the tides in a firefight. With all it has to offer already, and new content on the way, Cruelty Squad is sure to keep players smiling with eternal malice for years to come. 10 out of 10.